There's a lot of different options of things you can take with you in the backcountry or when you're out hiking. So I guess, what are some options for people to help keep them safe out there?
Well, some of the things you have to consider, you need some sort of signaling device, like a whistle is a prime example. A cell phone is a signaling device. A personal locator beacon is a signaling device. You need water. You need to carry some sort of a water bottle, and some way, if you're out longer than expected, to purify it, whether you're using a filter or water purifier tablets or iodine. There's a number of ways to do it. Boil water.
So these here are special tablets?
Yes, you put this in creek water, lake water, pond water, and it will purify it and make it safe to drink so you don't get sick.
Okay.
Boiling water will do the same thing. Okay. Filters will do the same thing.
And you could read more about that on the
Correct.
package?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can read on the package how long to leave it in there. Different chemicals need different time frames. So you need to read the packaging.
What about clothing and staying warm?
You definitely need to stay warm. One of the ways to stay warm is just a very small bivy bag.
And what is that?
It's a bivy bag. It's a bag you can actually climb into, and it retains your body heat. It's a very small one, and it cinches up, and you just spread this out and you can climb right into it.
So that's going to act kind of as your blanket.
This will retain body heat and keep precipitation off you, rain, snow, things like that. It's waterproof. It is a vapor barrier, so you have to make sure you vent it so you don't sweat and wet out your clothing. But it will help you, protect you from the elements.
And you want to stay dry. That's so important.
Yes, you want to try to stay dry and stay warm.
Okay.
Cold clothes don't insulate as well as dry clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
And this doesn't weigh too much.
This is approximately 3 ounces.
Yeah. So not too much in your pack.
So very light.
What about extra clothing?
This is a puffy jacket, synthetic, so that when it gets wet, it still stays warm.
Okay.
And the fleece is the same way. You want to avoid cottons, and in a wet environment, down is probably a bad idea.
Okay. Good. What else do you have here?
You need some sort of navigation, map, compass, GPS, and referring to signaling devices, surveyor's tape, the marked trees, some sort of a pen. I carry a pen right there so I can date it, even put my name, maybe my direction of travel if I've decided to keep moving.
And why would you mark trees? When would be
so searchers coming behind me, if I've decided to continue to move for whatever reason, to get out of danger, whatever, I know where I'm going, I just sprained an ankle, I'm moving slow, I'll leave my name and date and direction of travel so that when the searchers come behind me, they know. They might even head me off and have people come down another trail.
Okay, so they're leaving clues
correct,
that can
leaving
really
clues
help
for
you.
my searchers to find, so the quicker they find me, the better off I am.
Okay.
When I need help.
Good. And a headlamp?
I have some sort of a headlamp in case it gets dark. I can see the trail. If I'm running late, then that doesn't become an emergency. I'm tripping around in the dark. I just put my headlamp on and I can see where I'm putting my feet and walk out safely.
And is this better than bringing in a flashlight, or should you be all right with a flashlight?
Headlamps are better because you can use your hands to walk and stabilize yourself and better balance. Flashlight's easier to drop. Headlamps strap on. They're a lot less likely to be lost. This is a very light one. It's not a full headlamp, but in an emergency, it'll light the trail enough to get you out.
Okay.
And also to keep warm, I carry some sort of fire starter. There's multiple ways to start a fire, but these work pretty well. You just light them either with the lighter or the striker, and they will strike right up.
Okay.
And get a nice warm fire going. I also always carry extra batteries for my GPS, my radios, my headlamps, all my electronics. I need to trust because batteries will, especially in cold, will go bad sometimes. So you want them to function when you need them.
Okay. Anything else?
The last thing I have is I always line my backpack with a garbage bag. It keeps all the contents of my bag dry, and in an emergency, I can use this garbage bag to create rain gear. And I can also use it as a small bivy bag and climb inside of it. And this, again, will do the same thing as that small bivy bag. It's almost as good as that.
But you have to make sure it's big enough, because this is a contractor size bag. You want to make sure that you can actually get inside your...
Correct. This is 55-gallon contractor's bag, available at most hardware stores or Walmart, things of that nature will usually carry them.
Okay. And then what about a pad for the ground? I know that's something
I carry a foam pad of some sort. This is a smaller one. It's actually, I use it for sitting, like for lunch or whatever, is how it gets used mostly. But if I actually had to stay overnight, this will keep me off the snow or the cold ground. And it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty much waterproof. It's closed cell foam, so it won't absorb any water. And that's one of the important factors of keeping warm, is staying off the ground or snow, especially if you're in the snow.
And that's going to help keep your body temperature up.
Correct. This will keep your core temperature up. The most important thing, stay dry, try to stay warm, and you need to be able to signal your rescuers.
Okay.
And if you've done everything ahead of time and left an itinerary, there will be people looking for you when you don't return home on time.
Yeah. Is your pack really heavy, or would most people say, this is too much stuff to take, or do you find that it's lighter than a lot of people think?
You know, at 3 ounces for a bivy bag and that headlamp weighs 4 ounces, I would say my emergency gear is not over 2 pounds tops for just emergency gear. And then everything else is comfort beyond that.
Yeah, yeah. But worth it.
Yes.
For sure.
Definitely worth it.
Okay.